What's up, people? This is episode 70 of Uncensored Minds. Welcome to the show. Make sure y'all like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the live notification bell so y'all get the live notifications. Shout out to my co-hosts KD, Nell, and Aisha is here. It's on me this week to start off the show with Women's Month. This is like Women's Appreciation Month, or Women's Awareness Month, however they want to call it. They try to add on their own spin, but it's on me this week. So I wanted to say I want to shout out to my daughter, who's a young woman who just is 19. She's about to be 20 in September, but she's who inspires me as a woman, because they say, when you see your children using your mannerisms and your facial expressions, then you get to see how you look, in other people's eyes. You get everything that you throw at people thrown back at you. So, my daughter is on her own now. She's in North Carolina. She's doing hair. She has her own apartment. She has her own car and all that. So she basically is self-sufficient now at 19. So, my daughter's taught me a lot of things as far as when it comes to women, as far as like as a younger man, I didn't appreciate, or I didn't understand, or I didn't give a fuck when it came to understanding, a woman's dramatic emotions, is what I call it. So she installed into me those patience when it comes to listening to all that. Anybody who has kids, especially men, who has to deal with teenage girls, that's a whole different level of emotions and dramatic things. So she taught me, those appreciations and those patience. And it's been a joy to see all my mannerisms and facial expressions, as she's growing into a woman. But yeah, I chose my daughter as my person for Women's Month. All right, people, this is episode 70. Make sure y'all like and share the video. I'm going to toss it to my co-host soon, but I do have one thing to address with the shenanigans. I wouldn't be the shit starter if I didn't address these things. So on last week's show, there was a topic I believe in the game called That's Bullshit, where we were discussing if a man stayed out to 3 a.m. without calling or anything, that's being inconsiderate or not respectful. I have a problem. These are like trigger words to me, because like I would rather you said thoughtful or something like that, because these are like controlling words to me. Because as we were talking about that, not one woman on the panel or in the chat said anything about being considerate or respectful about the guy. They never said, I'm gonna call him and make sure he's okay. They never even thought about that. That's never even a thought that comes into, a female's mind. In their mind, they only look at it, in the reverse side of it as, well, he's not being thoughtful, he's not being respectful, when it's supposed to be a circle, of being thoughtful of each other. And when I also said that y'all don't give a fuck, I didn't mean that on the surface level of y'all not caring. Of course y'all care. My sentiments in that was, y'all don't always understand, so we don't always communicate certain things, because we know that y'all couldn't understand the same way we did. We can't understand, a lot of the things that y'all go to. So I don't mean that y'all don't care. I just mean that it's levels to it. Like it's levels to it. So I might say some things that's a little harsh sometimes, but if you need, a deeper explanation, just reach out or say something in the comments. I'll explain it, and we keep pushing. It is what it is. I'm a harsh speaker. I say, what's the first thing on my mind. I say how I feel. That I say my real thoughts. I don't sugarcoat it just because it's a female or a male. I'm gonna say it how I feel it at the time. But yeah, let's get into episode 70. I'm gonna bring in my co-host now. I also want to say a rest in peace to Tracy Braxton, who was one of the Braxton sisters. Who I used to watch the Braxton Family Values, so and I'm a big Tony Braxton fan, so I've been following them, for years. So rest in peace to Tracy Braxton, and throw some prayers up for the family and all that. And, cancer's a motherfucker. I done been there. It didn't impacted me, from a couple people. So fuck cancer. We're gonna say fuck cancer, and prayers up to everybody involved. And I'm gonna give it to my co-host on the icebreaker, as today's icebreaker is going to be, as the time has changed with what is it, daylight savings time or whatever they call it. Did that affect your sleep? How much sleep do you normally get? And do you care either way when the time changes? So this week's icebreaker is going to be, how does daylight savings time affect you? And I'll pass this on to the co-host. Everybody get ready for a whole lot of shenanigans. This is episode 70. Let's get into it.
Yo, yo, yo.
Good evening, everyone.
What's poppin'? Thank you, Teeks, for helping us open the show. This is episode 70. Such a beautiful tribute to beautiful young lady in his life, his daughter. Last week we heard KD give her flowers. This week we heard T give his flowers to the leading lady in his life, his daughter. And every week from here on after, for the rest of the March month, you'll hear the other two hosts, Aisha and myself, highlight the woman impacted our life. And that goes in accordance with what we've been talking about all month. Women, the inspiration that women have on our lives, that there are them, and how amazing you are to all of us. So, without further ado, let's go around and let the panel introduce themselves and give a kind word of what they've been through this week. Let's start off with,
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone has had an amazing weekend and ready to get the night started with all the fun shenanigans. This week was pretty cool, not too bad, steady flowing. So I'm happy and blessed with that. And I'm just ready for some fun. And thank you, Nell. I see you. Thank you. I see you.
If you don't know what Aisha is talking about, on my shirt, I wanted to make sure I highlighted the women that here on our panel, and the amazingness that is them. Last week I had a red shirt on that said Karen's Korner. That was in representation of the beautiful young lady at the bottom, as you see, who is Karen, who's always on the move, who's always inspiring, who's always doing something. And then Aisha with raw honey, being sexy, sassy, and classy at the same time. So, I mean, sometimes you always gotta show love and honor to those that's in your life. And I wanted to do that today for Aisha.
Thank you.
What's up with you, Karen? KD? What you got going on?
What's up, everybody? I'm not sure how clearly I am coming through for everyone. Can y'all hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my apologies, because everything from your end is coming to me statically. In fact, I heard every other word of T. So hopefully y'all can hear me. And again, my apologies if you can't. Of course, my week has been going great. Those of you that don't know, I'm here taking care of my bestie, Ebony, and she got the cast off this week. Yay! So things are moving along there. And just getting used to the little cold snap we got here. I'm like, dang, not in Florida, but we got some cold weather. But I'm just looking forward to tonight's show. I have a very special Karen's Corner for you guys tonight. So let's sit back, share if you have not shared, all of you who's out there that I do not see yet. Good evening, good evening, good evening. And let's sit back and have a wonderful show.
So let's get into the icebreaker question of the day that T asked. Time change, right? Today, I mean, well, as of this morning at 2 a.m., we were to set our clocks back. We actually gained an hour of daylight, right? What that means for us is we lose an hour of sleep. We actually gain an hour of daylight. How has that impacted today? You know, what does that normally look like for you when the time goes back, goes up? Which one do you like the most? Katie, let's start with you. And the reason why we want to start with you is being an actress who goes out on different sets. You know, your wake up time could be affected. I mean, your casting time, your start time could be affected by a number of different things. How have you adjusted to the time changes and how it affect you?
Well, I mean, I prefer this time that it changed to. Anyway, the more light there is, the better for me. So I do prefer this way. And besides, it lets us know that springtime is on its way and summertime is right around the corner. You know, it's just more time to do what we used to do as fun anyway before COVID struck. But yeah, this is my favorite time to spring forward. You know, who want to fall back when they can spring forward, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're going to go to Aisha and get her take on it, right? Katie, I'm going to ask that you sign out because the echo is coming from you. Maybe if you sign out and sign back, we'll be able to clarify that. The audience is actually starting to hear the echo. So if you don't mind going out, maybe that might fix it. Aisha,
right. Yeah. So I like the spring forward. Like I like the time difference. It definitely helps with knowing that the warm weather is coming. It's lighter longer. You know, the winter seems so drabby at times when it gets dark so early. You wake up, you're leaving out, it's dark and all of that stuff. So the time going up. It does affect my sleep though a little bit. I actually took a nap this evening and I just was like super tired for some reason. So I think it does affect my sleeping as well, but I love it. I love this. I know the warm weather is coming and some fun times is on the way.
You know what's the saying? You can't please a nigga, right? I want both worlds. I want the extra hour of sleep, the extra daytime, right? You can't have both, right? But the one good thing about when we spring forward is we do get an hour, we do that extra time of daylight. Mm-hmm. But then too, the days seem to go by so much faster. Yes. Like I looked up and it was like 4:00 and I just looked at the clock and it was 11. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be excited when I go to work tomorrow. And 9:00 really don't feel like 9:01 and I've been here for 10 hours. It's actually going to go fast. So that's what I love about springing up. You know what I mean? I lose that extra hour because I actually be needing that hour just to lay there, gather my thoughts, get my life. Mm-hmm. But like morning, I was going through it. I woke up at like 7:30 and I was panicking because I forgot that it was Sunday. I was like, man, do I gotta go to work? But yeah, I need that. What about you?
That hour, I slept through that hour, and then it caught up to me. That's what happened. Hour, then it caught up to me a little later, man. It's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
I am not with it at all, man. Did we lose KD though?
Yeah, we asked her to sign up because she had an echo.
Do y'all still hear that echo?
Yeah, I'm still hearing it on this end.
On my end?
Yeah. We don't hear it now. Say something.
I don't know where that.
I don't hear no more.
Yeah, I don't hear it either.
All right, let's get into the first topic while we wait on. What's up? Y'all good to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Yep, let's do it.
Nell, would you like to introduce this?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's up, people? Make sure everybody like and share the video.
All right, so the first topic that we're gonna get into tonight is the WNBA star Brittney Griner. If you've been under a rock for the past 2 weeks, you've seen how Russia has invaded Ukraine and it's causing all kinds of issues on that side of the world, right? One of those entities that is included in that is us here at the United States, right? We're allegedly an enemy of Russia. So anything that has to do with USA, Russia's going to try to hold up, right? We've imposed sanctions on them, all kinds of things to stop the money and all that. That goes over there to fund them, which is going to, help fund this little war of theirs that they got going on. But one of our WNBA stars got caught up in this. Brittney Griner, who plays here in the States for, if I'm not wrong, if I'm right, Phoenix Mercury, right? She plays for the Phoenix Mercury.
Yeah.
And
right.
then she also, on her off-season time from the WNBA, plays over in Russia. And they're professional, right? Coming back home because of the unrest that's going on in Russia and Ukraine, they asked Americans to come back home. As she was coming back home in the airport, they found some hashish in her bag. If no one knows what hashish is the oil-based form of marijuana, so like THC. She was imprisoned 4 weeks ago and is still being held in their prison because of it. Now they're saying the only reason why she's being held for this long and going through these trials and tribulations is because of her citizenship here in America. What do y'all think about that?
I feel like I feel like she's about to be a political pawn in a sense. It's kind of crazy that it's happening during this time where everything is so futile, and she's definitely, the negotiations between Russia and the United States are definitely going to use her as a pawn, I believe.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's like if she was a regular person, they wouldn't have held her. But since she's a WNBA star and they knew it would make some noise, they held her. But a lot of people didn't even know, like her original team, like the Phoenix Mercury, all of them, they still didn't even know that she was arrested, for a long time. The story is just now getting out. She's been arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm quite sure the amount of cartridges and paraphernalia that she had, like trafficking, I can't see it being that much where it could be considered trafficking. Obviously, maybe it's personal use, etc. But trafficking and like all the mysteriousness about all the facts of the case, etc., like that's kind of suspect.
Right, but overseas, they would charge you with trafficking or like a nickel bag. Yeah, they would charge you.
It's a big reach. It's a reach, and as both of y'all said, she's a political pawn right now. She's she's caught up in the middle of it. Her status as being I guess you can say a global icon, but she's not just known here in the States. She's known globally. She's a WNBA basketball player. She's 6'7", 6'8", if not bigger than that. So her influence in and around the world is strong. She's a WNBA player. She's a Olympic gold medalist. She plays in a foreign country as well. So her reach is broad. And I think Russia was waiting for a situation like this. And they pounced on it. Just unfortunate that she has to go through this. Hopefully she'll be reunited back with her family here in the States, and also be exonerated of all charges. Because as we see here, marijuana is starting to become legal in so many states. You know what I mean? So I just pray for the best for her. You never want to see somebody held up in situations. And they said, you know, she's not getting properly fed. She's not being, you know, taken care of the way she should be, as just a human being, not just because she's a WNBA player or, you know, has fame, but just as a human being, you know, she's not being taken care of the way she should be. So we just hope that she gets back, and we pray.
Facts. It's out of control. I think they're gonna try and hold her for as long as possible, but they can't hold her forever. So the government's going to have to get involved. There's going to be a lot of politics. Going to be a lot of trading. Trading. Like trading. What the fuck is the word? They're going to be trading services for this. Like they're going to be trading services for this. So that's what's going to happen. They're going to use her to get something that they want. What's up, people?
I agree.
Where's Lost in the Sauce? Katie, where are you? What's up, people? So does anybody have any more thoughts or questions, on this topic before we move on?
Nah.
Okay.
Crazy that it's still going on over there. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's crazy.
Right. What's up, people? All right. Since Katie's missing, if anybody see knock on her door for us, Aisha, you can introduce the next topic, and you can tell that little story that you told us about what happened.
All right, people. Well, I think ladies will agree with me here about unsolicited dick pics. How much do we hate them? How much do we hate them? Do we hate those dick pics? I had a conversation with a coworker where she received one while at work, unsolicited, of course. She received one and she was mortified, and it was from someone that she actually has had, dealings with for some time, but she was still mortified that she received it unsolicited. So I think, we have to discuss how we like to receive. Do we like sexting? When is sexting appropriate? Is receiving dick pics unsolicited okay? Is it okay sometimes? Is it okay just when you're in a relationship? When is it okay?
Okay, can we first go around to say if either sent unsolicited pics or received pics? So we can first go around and speak on that. Who wants to go first?
Hell no, I ain't never received no dick pics, and I better not either. You dig? But
hold on, but have you ever received an unsolicited pic from a girl, that you wasn't even interested in?
That I wasn't even hollering at?
Right.
I don't know.
That's
I
crazy.
think it's a little different for. It might be different for guys.
No, I could let my phone loose. It's some shit coming through my phone.
Like
I
don't know. I don't know. I plead the fifth.
All right, so have you ever sent a pic?
Yeah, to my joint.
Right. Mm-hmm. But have you ever sent a pic, unsolicited?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna say I never sent. I don't even think I sent a solicited pic because I'll be real careful on that kind of shit. Like, but you can send me your shit, but I'll be real careful on my shit. Like, so what's up, ladies? What y'all got going on?
You gotta be careful out here, though.
That you do.
Mm-hmm.
Why you say that? No, why you
You
say
gotta
you gotta
be
be careful?
careful. One, you never know the angle of somebody. You know what I mean? You fall out with them, or they y'all have a situation, y'all have a falling out or whatever the case may be, and the first thing they do is running your nudes to the internet, because people do that, right? You see people when y'all have a falling out, the first thing they do is they want to post your text messages back and forth. So I'm sure they sending your shit. I'm sure they sending your news to people, just saying how much of a creep you was, how you didn't ask for this, and how messy you are, and whatever the case may be. Try and play you. Oh, he got a.
All right, ladies. Have y'all received or sent any unsolicited pics?
Small joint.
What's up, lady?
Karen, you want to go first?
Have I sent any? No. Have I received any? Yes. Plain and simple. I mean, you got freaks out there.
So how did you feel? How did you feel, KD? Was it
Disgusted?
at least a nice pic? Like, how did you feel when you seen the pic?
No, the question should probably ask of the person or persons that sent it to me unsolicited, how they felt afterwards. Because if they were not small already, by the time they finished reading what I had to say, they were pretty small. I did not welcome it.
So you went in on them, huh, KD? I said, so you went in on them.
Of course I did.
All right, but what if you had liked the pic? Would you have still went in on them?
If I did not ask for it, I don't care how it looked. It is not welcome. Now, if I get one for my man, yeah, I welcome it.
Okay, Aisha. Same questions, Aisha. What's up?
Yeah, dick pics are situational for me. I mean, like, if I'm in a situation or I'm in a relationship, then we're sending pictures back and forth. And yes, I have. I've sent pics, unsolicited. Yes. But I do feel like I agree a little bit with Nell. There is a little difference when guys are on the receiving end. I feel like they're not as mortified by it as we are. But if it's not somebody that I was dealing with or somebody that I just started talking to or something like that, and you just decide to like open up that segue to just feel like it's okay to send those, I'm not with that at all. It's like disgusting.
Okay, so if somebody sent you a unsolicited pic, if you liked the pic, would you be mad?
Yeah, I would still be mad.
You would still be mad.
I would still be mad, and even though I am totally okay with it in certain situations, like that being unsolicited and me not even being in that space with you, I don't care what it looks like.
Exactly.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't just assume that
And
I
then,
want to see your pickle.
Right. And then don't let them get super excited and want to send the cum shots.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Doing too much.
Cum shots.
Doing too much.
All right. I just want to say, shout out to the ladies who do send unsolicited pics. You know, it's well appreciated on my end. it's well appreciated on my end.
This nigga
and
fool.
I would never ever disclose that to the world. That's our little secret. But my question is, would y'all consider like a female boob pic to equate to a penis pic?
No.
Yes.
No.
Titties is everywhere. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you stand there see the titty when it's in the bathing suit. It's just the nipple that's covered.
That's covered. Yeah.
That's the only way they're gonna see mine is in a bathing suit. Other than
KD over there not showing nothing,
that's
y'all.
still exposed to my body.
I'm gonna say this though, to the ones that got men and y'all not doing it, do it. It's a spice up type situation. You never know. Like, spice up the situation. Like, sometimes you gotta throw a little in there, because that spices up the mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't be a prune and think, oh, he know what it look like or whatever. do a little, have a little fun with your man. If that's your man or your woman, have fun with your person. You know what I mean? It spices up the situation. It lets them know, damn, he's thinking of me in that situation, or she thinking of me in that way. When I get home, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to it. Or if y'all live far away, then they thinking about me and they only thinking about me.
No. We need to tell Felicia it doesn't matter if your man sees it. We still need the pics. Like,
yeah, we need the pics. We need the pics.
Yeah, it's still a good idea. It's in the pics. It's still, fun.
God,
and
can I beg to differ on that for one reason only?
Why is that?
Be careful about who you send the pictures to. I know of a situation personally, not personally happened to me, but happened to someone that I know very well. Was sending pictures like that. She received a phone call from his phone one day, answering the phone, assuming it's him. It was his probation officer going through his phone, describing her pics to her, telling her that he was going back to prison because he was a pedophile. And she described every picture to her.
Hold on.
So be careful
because what I'm saying. Hold on.
I got a question. We got tons of questions now.
Yeah, something is missing from this story.
My thing is, the probation officer is calling Shorty because she sent the sent the pictures. Was the girl 14?
No.
Right.
So he ain't doing nothing wrong. He's sending them to a woman that's of age.
But don't nobody want anybody else looking at them. I mean, that came as a shock.
KD,
but that's it. That can happen anyway.
Hold on. First of all, don't be ashamed of your bodies, ladies.
Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed.
It's not being ashamed. It's called morals, guys. It's called having morals.
You're being ashamed. Don't be ashamed.
She intended for only those eyes, only one pair of eyes to see, not some sadistic lesbian to look at them.
Right.
But that's
right, Katie. But there's no harm. No harm, won't come about. You all right?
Well, y'all do y'all.
All right. So we got another way about that now, right? We have moved into the 21st century. All phones now have iPhone capabilities or FaceTime capabilities or some kind of video chat. If you're scared to send nudes, jump on a video chat with them. Send them. That way, it ain't no record. But he's seeing it. She's seeing it. So it's always ways of being creative, right? If you want to show your person who you got a relationship with, who you lay down with, who you put your lips on, who put their lips on you, what's a picture? What's a picture? A picture can't give you AIDS. That ding-a-ling can. Right? I'm serious.
No, you're right, though. You're right.
I was told that I got demon dick. You can't catch the demon inside of you from looking at it, but once it is inside of you, it's a different story. So what I'm saying is, send the nudes. Send the nudes. It's no problem with it, but only when it's yours. Don't send them to randoms.
Right.
On the randoms. I don't send nothing to randoms. I don't receive nothing from randoms. Only from mine.
Yeah. I think it's definitely just have that safe person, that person that you're with, and then you'll feel comfortable enough to be able to say, you know what, I know that this person is not going to share this information or whatever the case may be, or he'll put them in a safe space where it's not accessible, like in the text stream or whatever. There's all kind of apps and things that can lock up those type of pictures, etc., so they're not on the phone. But they get it at that point in time to enjoy it.
Right. Yeah.
How about the audience out there, y'all? Is there anyone out there?
Audience loving the dick pics. They love them.
They loving the dick pics.
They love it. The unsolicited. They look. The people in the comments saying, "Send them to me."
Send them.
Send them. They even want links to videos.
Oh my goodness. Just I did send y'all a link, by the way.
Look, remember when we had the show where Nelly was getting his knowledge? I didn't hear nobody complain when y'all seen that. I don't hear nobody complaining. People said play the video, T.
Facts. They
want to see. People are enamored with seeing. That's what it is. We're a visual bunch. We want to see. Even if it ain't solicited. I mean, you opening that mail up and you looking. You ain't going to say, you looking at it.
Facts.
You might not like what you see, but you're damn sure gonna peep it 2 times just to make sure you seen it right the first time. So ladies, it's cool. It don't matter if you're John bald head. It don't matter if you bushy. It don't matter if you got a rainforest down there. It's cool. Somebody likes it. Don't be ashamed of your body. Love your body. Love your body. If you got bee stings for titties, it don't matter. Somebody likes it.
Hold on now. Let's protect them a little bit.
Let's protect them.
Yeah, be mindful of just to the ladies. Be mindful because it's a lot of cornball guys out here.
Yeah,
so be mindful, about the guys that y'all sending them to. Like, make sure he's a cool dude that he ain't going to exploit. Long as you have that relationship with them, that you safe. Like, you can't just do it with everybody.
Yeah, you can't. And I agree. I'm a second that. I'm a second T's point. The same way you got to be conscientious of who you lay down with. You got to be conscientious of who you share your number with, who you share your space with, and who you share your body with. And your body also includes the nudes.
Right.
So be aware of who you getting yourself involved in. Don't just go because he got a pretty face, he smell good, his teeth are nice. Make sure he got a.
Hold on. No, I got a question for the ladies. So if y'all do decide to send a pic, how many pictures are you taking till you get to the right shot?
Oh my God.
At least 30, 40. I'm taking a lot. I'm like,
you
trying to get it just perfect. I want it just perfect.
Right.
I want the whole camera roll. Send me everything. I want the defective pictures, the blurry pictures, the not so cute pictures. I want it all.
Right. Hey, Nell, send me all the pictures.
All of them.
So I can pick which one I like.
Because you know what? I don't want the extra fine, cute picture. That shit is corny to me.
Right.
Send me the one you think, that joint ugly. That might be fly to me.
That might be the one, right?
Might be the one.
Right.
That might be the one that make me come home a little early.
Right.
Man.
So Barbara's saying when you first meet a guy and they ask you to send them a pic. So when you first meet somebody and they ask you for a pic, is that a major turnoff?
Yes.
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 Hell yeah.
Even as a man, I'm saying yes.
No, I'm going to disagree on that. Because if I first meet a girl and she send me something that's all right, I'm not mad at it.
You know what? I'm a little different. I'm not consumed with sex. It don't matter if we.
But that's what I'm saying. Look, that's what I'm saying. It don't gotta be about sex. It could just be, she just might have been at home chilling, dancing, whatever.
I get it.
It might send you a little something.
I want to build a little rapport first. Because when they that comfortable, they sliding up to your door, they busting out the windows when shit don't go their way. I'm cool. I want a lady with a little ounce of not a little ounce, but some respect for the moment.
Like I said, I'm not mad at it.
Not in the first 24 hours, maybe 48, 36, but maybe 48 to 72 hours, but not the first 24.
What's up with KD?
I don't know. KD, it was too much for her. The news got to be too much. She couldn't take it. So let's read some of the comments out there, Tay.
Got scared of that pic. Go ahead, read Bar.
Yes, a big ass turn on for me. Let me send it. I guess that says if I want to, but don't come out and ask. Now let me ask you, T. One of the guys on the panel, are you asking for the nudes, or are they just being sent because of the swag, because of who you are, or whatever? Are you begging for the nudes?
No, I'm never asking unless we're having that type of conversation. So I'm never asking front unless we're having that type of conversation. It's always just coming to me because sometimes girls is just into that kind of shit. Like they just into that kind of shit. So it's cool because I'm into it too. So it's cool. But I'm never gonna jump out the window on that first. But if we having that conversation, then I might be like, yo, well, let me see. So if we having that conversation, I might say, let me see.
Aisha, what about you?
Yeah, I feel like it just has to be right. The timing has to be right.
Right.
You know what I mean? It really does have to be right. And I can understand, like, if y'all been talking a week or so and then y'all start getting into those type of conversations, and then the conversation is flowing in that direction, then okay, maybe. But I really feel like for things to be like energized and passionate, I feel like time needs to be had before you guys reach that type of situation.
But that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you have a instant, sexual chemistry with somebody. So I'm not going to put a time limit on it.
Right. I agree.
I think we need to be honest with ourselves. The first time you see a person, it's always a physical attraction. You don't know the person,
right?
But you're physically attracted to what you see. So that always is going to float on the lines of sexuality because y'all both are of the opposite sex, or y'all both have a sexual chemistry towards each other because of what you are. So then you're moving towards building a conversation or a structure through your conversation, through conversing and everything like that, which will then lead to possible sharing of the nudes or sharing of yourself.
Right, like so the ladies, y'all can tell if it's a guy who's just thirsty, for the pic. You should be able to tell if he's just thirsty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aisha, would you?
One more time, T.
I said you should be able to tell if a guy is just thirsty for the pic, right?
Absolutely. You get like I saw somebody in the comments say asking within the first hour or so. That's how you're going to be able to tell the person who's interested in just getting to know you as a person, etc. And then if it leads to that type of communication and conversation, then cool. But if you just we just exchange numbers, or we just talk to each other for a few hours, and you already asking for that, well then that's that's one track minded. So we already know that you ain't about much. And then all right, this is over, turned off, never again, keep it moving.
All right, let's read. So I got one question for the panel because I'm reading the comments, and this is a big one. The no face, no case type of joints. Do you like your nudes without a face?
I do.
Do you like the ghost nudes where they ghosting you? They might catfish with the nudes, send you somebody else situation. Now you thinking you getting that, and you get it, and it's not that.
No, you should be able to tell by body markings. You should be able to tell by body markings.
Yeah. People really do that shit still.
What's up, KD?
What's up, KD?
I gotta catch up.
Let's catch up.
Catch up.
Let's get
hold on, baby.
All right, hold on. No. So with what you said, after the first time you have sex with somebody, is that cool to get the pic the next day?
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a reminder of what you had
sex with them. Surely you formed
especially
a relationship.
If y'all leaving to go out of town. Let's say I came into town.
I said, if you had sex with them, surely you have formed a relationship on that level to be able to send those pics.
Right.
That's my philosophy of it, anyway.
So let's get you caught up, Katie. I asked the other two post panelists, begging for the nudes. Are you asking for the nudes, or are they just being sent to you?
For the nudes?
The unsolicited dick pics.
Oh.
Are you soliciting?
Do I ask for them?
Are you asking for them?
From the no. Whoa, okay. Y'all got to catch me up. Are you asking me if I'm asking a stranger for dick pics?
Not a stranger, KD.
The situation.
Talking to.
Person you're talking to.
The situation. Well, when I had the situation, yes. I mean, if I felt like I wanted one, yeah, I asked for one.
This one right here, y'all.
A lot of folks get tricked out here nowadays. This nigga sent me and my BFF the same pitch.
Right, you shouldn't be the same pics to everybody. People, take some new pics. Don't recycle that pic and send it to everybody. That's not good.
He was feeling himself that day, huh? He was extra sprinkled.
I think we freezing up. Like I know some girls that have a certain pic, you know, in their campus at the time. Yeah.
Have what?
Would you say, K-Day?
You said you know some girls that did what, T?
I know some girls that have a pic already, ready in their camera roll that they send to whoever that they're talking to at the time.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. I guess I need to get out in the world a little bit more. Are you still tracking?
I love it. I love it.
What's up? Does anybody have any more questions? What's up, people? What's up? Everybody quiet?
No. I guess so. Let's run down what we talked about, right? Because I need for the people that's taking notes that may have missed something. I guess news are acceptable for your boo. To each his own, right? I guess that's what we're going with. It. To each his own. One thing that we established is if you take 30 pics, send all 30. Don't be ashamed. They'll all be accepted. If they accept one, they'll accept all 30 of them. Right? Don't just send that one picture that you fell in love with yourself to multiples, because it could get out that you and your girlfriend are sharing the same pic. That's a no-no. What else, Aisha? What else is out there?
Time. We talked a little bit about time, how important time is in those situations. Yeah, that was a big one.
Time.
What about time?
So we were basically saying, is it what is the acceptable time for you when you're speaking to someone and sending those pictures, etc. And we were discussing how sometimes the conversation, even after a couple days or maybe a week or something like that, the conversation is so great, the vibe is so great, chemistry is good, and you guys start doing that. And then other times it's a little longer, 30 days, a month, 2 months, before you're talking to someone, before you get into that space.
Yeah, because that's not something that you put a time on paper-wise. That's not something that you would put time on emotionally. Whenever you feel comfortable with it.
Right. Yep. So yeah, time was important.
Great topic. Great topic.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything to add?
No, we can move on. It is on you.
So it looks like we are now transitioning to the corner, right? And that's Karen.
Oh, corner. Is it time for Karen's corner?
It's time for the corner. It's time for the corner.
Oh, okay. Now, welcome to Karen's corner. And y'all know y'all can come to this corner and always get some dirt. But this week, I got a little twist for everyone. It is Karen's corner after all. So Karen gets to decide what she puts into her corner or pulls into her corner. And this week, what I pulled into my corner is the highlight of March. The month of March is highlighted for various reasons. and among them stands MS. Multiple sclerosis, our own Darnell Gather walks a journey daily with MS. He wears the badge of orange bravely as he moves daily while wearing a beautiful orange glow. No one knows the drama pain he's carrying inside his head because it's covered by the plaster smile upon his face. He's described the pain, that of being hit 3 times daily by a Mack truck while having the flu. In his words, I've been down and out, and I've been counted out. But we all see that as witnesses, he refused to travel without a doubt. He refused to give up his travel without a doubt. Darnell, you are an inspiration to all who are blessed to know your journey. Nell, as we affectionately call him here on Uncensored Minds, began his knowledgeable battle with multiple sclerosis in 2016, receiving a surprising diagnosis after having various head scans from a car accident causing head trauma. Many would have succumbed to the diagnosis alone, but Darnell used his knowledge to help others who may be fighting not only MS, but any debilitating illness. On September 19th, 2016, he created Friday Night Lights in honor of extraordinary individuals whom was great influences to him as well as mentors. Friday Night Lights was built upon a platform to discuss everyday life and issues, but soon turned into a charitable platform for the many causes that the members had come to discuss inside the very group. Friday Night Lights developed a t-shirt line and colorful arrays to recognize the various illnesses suffered by many people on a daily basis, to include orange, which is the color that represents multiple sclerosis. With every purchase of a t-shirt, funds are donated to the designated organization. Darnell spends his off time going to city, and when time permits, state to state, to educate, feed the homeless, helping families in need, and mentoring folks of all ages in any way that he can. He, along with an amazing admin team, took Friday Night Lights nationwide. Today, Friday Night Light is still going strong with 1.1 thousand members, and so is Darnell. He works 6 days a week, oversees several entrepreneur projects that he has sponsored to maturity. He takes care of an ailing father, care for 3 godchildren of a slain friend, care for his mother and his other father, co-host on Tailor Made Kits Weekly, and co-host right here on Uncensored Minds, never missing a beat. We don't feel the daily battle inside your body, but your undying light brightly shines. It's understandable that no one can know what warriors like you go through unless they are walking inside your journey too, because we all sometimes get lost inside our own journeys. But this month, MS stands out, and Darnell, so do you. In our eyes, you are a warrior. Our love for you should never be a doubt. We love you, Guy. And that's it for Karen's Corner. So we just had to give honor to a wonderful guy. Darnell fights this battle on a daily basis, yet he don't let that stop him from being a help to anyone that asks him, really, but especially his loved ones. And even though he think we don't see what he do, we all see what you do, and each and every last one of us appreciate every day. Friday Night Lights, everyone is recognized for their birthday each and every day. And as I said, the group has 1.1 thousand members. So he welcomed them. He welcomed their family. Thank you, Darnell, for being you, despite what you go through.
No, you about to cry now? You over there crying now?
I hate you, T. I hate Griner. No. Now if I do cry, I like a but thanks, Katie. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, we see you do. Trust me, you do a lot. And even though we don't speak on it, trust me, it's seen.
I wear orange proudly, not because of a fashion trend, but because it's it is a part of my life. I don't use it as a crutch, especially my illness. I actually use it as motivation, as a tool to better myself, be a better man, and also just being, better for my community. So many of us are facing adversities and challenges on a daily basis, but still we be the voice of reason. We still have to go out here and mentor not the youth but each other, and be a sounding board for change, of positivity. And that's what I use this platform for. And this orange motivates me each and every day to get up, regardless of what I'm feeling or what I'm facing, because at the snap of a finger, it all can be taken from me, and I could be left with nothing, or even worse, dead. So I don't take nothing for granted. I love each and every one of the 1.1 or 1.4 that are in my Friday Night Lights group. I don't even call it a group. I call it a family, because we rally around each other whenever anything is going on, whether it be somebody's birthday, whether it be the passing of someone that's in our family, or even a triumph, right? We this whole week we sing ups and downs, but at the end of the day, we come out smiling because we are a family. And that's what all of this represents for me. It's just one big happy family that comes together and bands together in times of trials, tribulations, and even triumphs, and holds each other down. I thank you for highlighting MS. I thank you for speaking so highly of Friday Night Lights. I thank you for even having positive words from me. That's not taken for granted. I don't allow that to puff my head up. I'm truly humbled, and I support each and every one of y'all and any and everything that y'all do until there's no more life in me. So thank you for using Karen's Korner to highlight little old me and my situation that I got going on here. Thank you to everybody out there in comment land. Yo, I appreciate y'all. Katie got me all moist over here in my eyes, but you know what I mean? Thank you. Thank you.
You decide that soul and you don't even know. So, never assume that Karen D is not aware of everything, because I get inside a person's soul and actually feel what's going on inside of them in order to be able to bring out the real person that they are to other people. I am an author, by the way.
I would be remiss if I use this time to even. I wouldn't be myself. Yo. What's up, T?
No. I got so many jokes, but I'ma chill. Let y'all have y'all moment.
You better. But what I wanted to say is, I wouldn't be myself if I didn't use this opportunity and those kind words to actually speak on something that's bigger than me, right? I love to use my voice. I love to use my platform for something more than just big myself up and just being just a pretty face, as they say. I want y'all to keep this name etched in your minds, and do some research. And I actually had the individual brought to my attention today, and going back and reading the story, hearing about the story, it made me compelled to speak this name. We hear about the Breonna Tellers and the all the other people that was lost tragically to gun violence, at the hands of our law enforcement. But one name that I also want y'all to, to look into, to digest, and to understand is this individual named Kendrick Johnson, right? Kendrick Johnson was a black 17-year-old junior at the Loudons High School in Valdosta, Georgia. Why he's so important is Kendrick Johnson never returned home from his day at school. The next day, he was found dead. His body rolled up in a wrestling mat that was standing upright in the corner of the school gym with his socks-covered feet sticking out of the top. Right? While authorities ruled his death an accident, Kendrick's family since filed play and deemed a second independent autopsy. Forensic pathologists not only determined the cause of death to be from a non-accidental blunt trauma, but also discovered his organs were missing from his body. Right? Yet, to this day, despite multiple investigations, lawsuits, autopsies, no one can say for certain whether the death of Kendrick Johnson was an accident or a murder. This took place in Valdosta, Georgia, right? And the reason why this is so big is because it is being compared to Emmett Till, right? Who was a young black boy that was murdered due to a hate crime. After the investigations, the cover-ups, from the police department, the FBI, and so forth and so on, after his parents and his family have did multiple investigations leading to all these uncoverings that happened, still no justice has been formed for the Johnson family. So I wanted to use this platform and sounding board as just that, to say, if it was your child, what would have done? And we have to look at every situation as if this is our child, because every child that's out here in America, everybody that's out here is somebody's child, right? Things can't be explained. So always saying, just do your due diligence, pay attention, educate your children. If something don't feel right, make noise. And then if something happens, don't just leave it up to those to tell you that that's what it is. Do your own investigation so you can have your own type of closure and have your own sense of understanding of what's going on. So thank you for Karen's Corner allowing today to be focused on Friday Night Lights and the hen of Darnell. But let's take it a little further. And yet Kendrick Johnson, 17-year-old young man from Valdosta, Georgia's name to be the resonating sound that we hear. Thank you. If you want to check out that documentary, it's on HBO Max. It's called The Kendrick Johnson Story. It will move you to not just tears, but also move you to wanting to do something. To do something to get these parents justice. And then you'll grab your own child tight. If your child is not even home, you'll call them and just tell them that you love them, because that it moves you just that much.
Wow, moving story.
So let's get it. Now we got that out there, right? Look at this. The shit starter's up there. He's lounging back. I know his mind is running. You did.
I'm trying to see what's happening tonight, man.
You know what I mean? So what got going on?
What's happening tonight, man? I mean, I got jokes, but I'm gonna keep them to a minimum. I'm gonna just say that Katie just professed her love to Nell on our show live, everybody.
Say what now?
What?
What was that?
Yeah, man. What's up? What we doing?
Come
I
on,
said
T, bring
you
it
just
back
professed
now.
your love
You
to
can't
Nell.
say that and then
I said you just professed your love to Nell live on episode 70. What's up?
How did I profess love? Oh my God, I didn't know.
Say it ain't so.
It's all good.
Say what?
It's all good.
You misconstrue that?
It's all good.
Oh my God!
It happens. It's
I
all good.
highlighted
We
him.
look, Aisha. We even make love connections on this show. It's all
Oh
good.
my
We don't need to do this show now, Karen.
I'm taken.
I did not
all
profess
good.
it. Oh my God, T, you are such a shit starter.
Oh,
I only
man.
highlighted Nell because I said we love him.
Yeah.
We all love Nell.
Katie, you know I my specialty is reading behind the lines. I'm gonna let you rock. No, I'm gonna let you rock.
Oh my God!
Let me find out,
I'm
Karen.
gonna let you rock.
Don't listen to T. Don't listen to
Rock.
T. Don't hate on my passion. Okay?
No, it
Don't
was
hate on my
beautiful.
I'm
passion.
not here,
I just
Katie.
know how to
Do your thing.
passionately bring
You know what? I
pain
actually wanted
to
to.
one.
It was beautiful.
We
It was
we
beautiful.
we
It was
here
beautiful,
we here
Katie. Do your
Uncensored
thing.
Minds meet every Thursday, and we have a great team here. We got constant dialogue back and forth. I wanted to actually touch on something that Karen D sent us on Friday. The gentleman in Atlanta, Georgia. If you want to refresh our memories, KD, about the producer, Black Panther's producer, and what happened to him. I kind of want to debate that with you a little bit.
Okay.
So enlighten the people on what happened to this gentleman.
Okay, so Ryan Coogly, who is the director, is the director and I know he's the director of Creed and I believe Black Panther as well, went inside an Atlanta bank to withdraw over $10,000. And he put on a piece of paper, another deposit slip on the back. He wrote on there to the teller, please be discreet when giving me my money. Well, because it drew up, I guess you have a certain amount that you can withdraw or whatever. But she went to the manager because she was alarmed, said that it didn't look right, him withdrawing that money. And he gave her that note that said, please be discreet. So she thought that he was trying to rob them. Now, what I sent to the group, because I found out, and I'm just gonna say it, she was a sister. I mean, I expected that to be from someone Caucasian saying a black man, a young black man. And Ryan, I met Ryan on the set of Creed. I did not even realize that's who he was until I saw the picture. And Ryan, he's down to earth. He dressed in street clothes. You would never know that the man has all of that money. And being young, I think that he was profiled. I think he was profiled. Now, Nell, who worked in the banking industry, he can correct me on where I see of my opinion of saying that I think that it has come to the point that we are now profiling our own.
Anybody else got anything to add on that? How y'all feel about that? When y'all heard about
Nell, you know, I also said, had he been dressed in a tailored suit, do you think that she would have had that same reaction? Had he been Caucasian and dressed in a tailored suit, getting that amount of money, would she have had that same reaction? Versus him being dressed just like you and T. But the man is rich. It was his money.
Maybe not if he right. Maybe not if he was dressed in the tailor suit, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that this happened. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
But I think it seemed a little weird because it seemed like he had filled out the appropriate form and handed over the necessary components needed to make a withdrawal. So I don't understand, even with the little note, why it was so alarming to her to feel threatened as if he was robbing the bank. I mean,
yeah, I mean, wouldn't his balance show up now when she go in Wouldn't it show that he has that amount?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if he put the proper information on the slip, and she
Right,
did her
but
due.
even our own hold on now. Even our own people don't look at us like we have that amount of money. That's just how it
Exactly.
is.
And that's
Even
my
our
point.
own people look at us like that.
Exactly.
I got two views on this actually. I have the young black Nell who has money view, and I have the
Right.
corporate banker view. And when I first seen it, I wasn't surprised. Nothing surprises me anymore nowadays when it comes
Right.
to our people, right? And the reason why I say that is because
Right.
we see so much, we go through so much, and we have to jump through so many hoops just to prove who we are and legitimize ourselves to the world and dumb ourselves down so we can make others feel comfortable, right? Especially us as black men. Then there's the corporate side of me who understands being in a situation that way as well. You never know what a person has been through until you've walked in their shoes, right? And the reason why I say that is because this young lady may or may not have been robbed before with the note.
Right.
And that note could have been triggering. Or the young lady may have been new. And then the first things that they train you on when they train you to work in a bank is security, right? That's fresh on your mind because you're working with something that's not yours. And that's money, right? So he had a mask on, right? So his face is not fully open as if it was if he didn't, right? Because we are in a mass type of world when we go into certain places, right? So he's already going to not look the same as he looks in his ID. Yes, he wanted to take out $12,000 and he wrote on the back of the note, when you count my money, because this is what he wrote, when you count my money, can you do it in the back and be discreet? Maybe she just saying the word discreet. I want money and discreet. Some people, we don't pay attention to every detail of the note. We just see somebody writing something, and in our mind, in that bank, we go right to, oh my God, could this be it? I was robbed.
No.
I got robbed in a bank. Huh?
No. Let me ask you a question now.
Uh-huh.
As you worked in a bank and I've worked in a bank, when somebody's taking out that amount of money, even if it was me taking them out that amount of money, I wouldn't go right to the teller. Like I would go to like one of the little rooms. Like, do you see people taking that amount of money from a teller? Like,
see, where I worked downtown. My bank was, I was downtown in the heart of Center City. So there were customers who were known to us who took out large amounts of money, but they kind of were. I worked in a business setting, so we came down with suits on. People came into town to cash larger checks because we are known to, if you want to do business, large types of business, you go into Center City, right? You go into the business part of it, right? You don't go to the little banks out in the outskirts. You go downtown if you want to handle big business. So it kind of, that right there never disturbed me when people were taking large amounts of money out. I dealt with a lot of high value customers. Plus, I'm a black man. So I never am going to cast an aspersion upon anybody because of it.
I'm saying you personally, would you do that at a teller? Like,
I'm gonna be a little different because I worked in a bank. So I'm gonna naturally go to, me personally, I'm gonna go to where I'm known. Because I know if I go somewhere else and try to do this, they're going to scrutinize everything. They're going to look into everything, and I'm going to be there longer than I should be. Right? Because I'm probably going in there with a baseball cap on, jeans, sagging a little bit, some sneaks. I'm gonna look like Nell. I'm not going to look like Garner. I'm going to look like Nell because that's comfortable to me. So I understand that I'm going to put myself into a situation where I can be profiled, right? On the other hand, I think she could have, if she alerted the authorities right off, because I can't divulge everything the training that we have to go through, because it ain't just calling the cops, it's hitting alarms and everything like that or whatever. I wouldn't have hit the alarm. I just would have went to my senior and said, "Hey, this was the note that was given to me," and let them assess the situation, right? And let them assess the situation. But to her credit, she did things right. She hit the silent alarm. She didn't make a panic. The police came in and they went right to him, right? I blame the police, right? I don't really truly blame her, because the police have a due diligence to do their job once they get there, to investigate. Now you pull this gentleman aside and you see exactly what was given to the teller. If the cop pulled the note around and read it, he would have seen that it was a no threat. His ID matches up. His account number then matches up. I'm now going to the bank manager and saying, "Hey, this is the note that was given. It clearly says, when you're counting my money, can you do it in the back and be discreet? Here's his credentials. It matches up with his name on his withdrawal slip." We sit up here and say we blame her, but you never know what happened to her in that situation. She could have been robbed 2 days before that. And that's fresh in her mind. And everything that reminds her of that previous situation is going to trigger her. We always would say what we would do in that situation until we're in that situation. I've been in that situation where I was held at gunpoint in the bank and I was robbed. Not only was I robbed, but they actually published the robbery in the newspaper the next day. They took a shot of the man robbing me. The guy was never captured. I'm thinking and how I knew this, because people was calling my mom saying, "Yo, is Darnell okay?" I didn't go around blasting that I got robbed. People was calling my mom, "Is Darnell okay?" I seen him in the paper because I seen that he got robbed. Now I'm thinking the guy's going to come back and try to kill me because his note said, "I got a gun. Give me everything. I don't want to kill you." So you never know what a person has went through that will make them be cautious or act how they are going to act in a situation like that. It's up to every party that's involved to do their job. Okay, let's say she was a little trigger happy, right? Let's say she was trigger happy with the trigger, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't it the cops? Isn't it the law enforcement agent who then puts the cuff on this man and takes him out to then do an investigation? Yes. If they just would have did that, because they got footage of him talking to them saying, "Hey, here's my ID. I get it. I understand what's going on. Here's my ID. Just run it. You're going to see who I am. If you check my account number, you're going to see that who I am is who matches up to this." They chose not to do that. So what I would say is training is needed for everybody in that situation. His training is he's going to be a little bit more careful. Now, he's probably going to deal directly with someone higher up in the bank, a bank manager, or move his account.
And that's what I was saying.
That's what you were saying. Yeah,
that's what you should do.
Absolutely.
Well, but you got to look at it this way. He was only asking for $12,000. To us, that's a lot. To him,
Katie, that's not right. But Katie, that's not like walking in the bank asking for $500. Like I feel like anything over like $5,000. Right, but he's not the only person in the world. You have to think about it on the grand scheme of all the people in the world, not just you who has $1 million in the bank. I'm talking about thinking of it in the grand scheme of things.
I'm not questioning whether or not she did the right thing. That's not my question at all. She was pregnant, and she said she feared for her unborn baby as well. My thing is, again, had he been in a tailored suit and looked the part, do you think she would have had the same reaction?
Can I ask you a question? And this was the very question I had when you posed that question to us. If you pull up to a gas station and there's a group of, or you pull up somewhere and there's a group of guys standing out there, how are you going to feel?
If I pull up to a gas station, that's a group of guys, I'm going to assess the situation. And
You're going to feel a little, you're going to feel a little apprehensive.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
These guys could be the nicest guys in the world. But just because of how they're dressed, you're going to be apprehensive. Now, if those same guys were standing at that same location with tailored suits on, there would have been apprehension from you?
Nell, to be honest with you, when I see strange guys, I don't trust any of them if it's a group.
So why would you want her to trust him because of how he was dressed, regardless if it was a tailored suit or not?
No,
clothes don't make a person.
You still not answering my question, Nell. I'm saying, had he been dressed like that, do you think she would have had the same reaction?
Right.
No.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
The thing, well, I would hope so too, but we all know it's not. So the thing, it goes back to, we have now begun profiling our own.
But you just profiled your own when you went to the gas station and they were standing there being sketchy.
No,
we all do
it.
We all
it's
do
no
it.
color boundaries for me.
KD, we all do it. You know why? Regardless if it's our people or not, we all do
That's
it.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody has that.
Everybody has that reaction, regardless if it's our people or not. You know why? Because you want to make it back to your destination. You don't know what the other person is going to do. White, black, green, purple, or orange.
But does it make it right? That's all I'm saying. So let's become conscious. Because y'all know how y'all say y'all suffer on a daily basis.
The
black man. Let the black man have some money.
I was robbed by a black man.
Okay.
So am I not? Who am I? I was.
You don't live in that kind of world, Kaden.
We live in that world where everybody gets, especially in the banking world, everybody gets the same scrutinization. That's why they have measures in place that you have to go through in order to be validated.
Right.
So if I come in there with a suit, she's not just going to say, this black guy's in a beautiful suit. Here's $12,000. So because you look good and smell good.
Right.
I still got to be, if I write something on the back of that, if she feels triggered, she's going to alert somebody that I said something if I'm dressed in a suit or if I'm not.
Okay, well, as I said, that was my opinion only. And I stand by my opinion, but...
No, we get it. It's certain things, but sometimes conversation can invoke different thoughts, and then we can kind of see different angles from it. Because I see your angle. I definitely see your point of view. That far too often, we as black men are always judged just by our look, and not the proper due diligence is put into what we are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But we also have to be conscientious of the moment that we step out, how we represent ourselves as well. And that's an ugly truth. And that's an ugly truth that we have to live with.
Right.
But we understand. Because if you're making movies like Black Panther and Creed, which is promoting the black man and the black likeness, then you realize what kind of world we're facing. And I actually like the way he handled himself. He handled himself very maturely. He understood what he understood. And he said, bro, if you just Google me or look me up, you'll see who I am. That's why I said I more or less blame the authorities than I do her. Because once you get to the scene, you have to self-assess the situation. And our legal system, our protection, our protectors, which is our law enforcement, are not being trained properly. Because they get to a scene and the first thing they want to do is become aggressive.
You know that. Right. You know that they operate out of fear. So they don't even looking at it like, even if you could tell them I'm famous, I'm such and such, they not even taking that into their brain. Like they're not even taking that in. They just looking at you like you could possibly be a threat. They're not taking that in, man.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say he wasn't? It's because he produced the movie don't mean he God's gift. You know what I mean? And we got to stop putting people on pedestals. Yes, we love our black people. We are kings and queens. We love the people that are out here moving the culture forward. We do. We commend anybody that's doing something positive with
Look
their
now.
time. But stop putting people on pedestals. Because at the
Look,
end of the
Who's been put on the pedestal though?
look now.
Who's been put on
Look
the
now.
pedestal?
Ebony said,
Ebony, you're not a black man, Ebony, so you would never know. I'm sorry. Yeah, that comment is cool, but you will never know what it is to walk inside of anywhere being a black male.
look,
And I love
but
you
it
to
don't
death.
matter.
I love it, but you ain't got that same worry that I gotta worry
It don't
about
matter.
walking into
Look.
a bank.
Right, but you should
Yeah, I
be
see it,
worried
T.
when you come outside. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
you gotta be
You should
worried
be
coming
worried when you come
outside.
outside.
Well, fuck. You never know who watching you in that joint. And that's not being Ebony, that's not being hard on nobody. That's not saying that we gotta watch going to certain places, but we gotta be conscientious of the way that we approach shit and know that what's coming with it. And stop being oblivious. The moment you become oblivious to something and you gotta go through it, it's the moment you be like, I was done wrong and I was this and that and the third.
So hold on. So Aisha, how do you feel? As you come outside as a woman, how do you feel? Do you feel like you need to be aware? Do you feel like you need to always, see what's going on?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like even more so now than ever before, in a sense, because it would be times where I wouldn't mind leaving out at 6:30 in the morning and it was still dark. You know what I mean? Like I would have no second thought about it. It would be just natural daily routine. Now it's like, dang, it's dark. Let me be mindful of what's around the corner when I go to my driveway to get in my car, like and when I make it to work, parking and walking to the front door of my job, being in a vulnerable position where there's all kind of madness going on, robberies, rapes, etc. So yeah, I definitely find myself needing to be more aware of my surroundings more so now than ever before.
What about you,
Thanks,
KD?
people. You need to
You
be
be out
mindful
there.
when you're outside, and you
You be
also need to.
mix. What's your thoughts about that?
Oh yeah, I most definitely am always aware of my surroundings at all time. I've been a single woman and traveling a lot. I have to be aware of everything and everyone around me at all times. Working in the filming industry, going on different locations. Sometimes we have to park inside of dark garages. So, yeah, I have no other choice but to be aware. If I see one person out, I am suspicious of that person. If I see 20 in a group, I'm definitely suspicious. I don't care if they have on suits. I don't care if they have on hoods. It doesn't matter. I stay aware.
I think that's key nowadays. Not even just key nowadays. That's the way to survive. As we see, right, raising gas prices, we don't see raising wages, right? We see
Right.
raging. We see everything going up in prices, but we don't see our pockets getting fatter from the jobs that we are doing, right? It causes tension amongst us all because we still have to put food on our tables. We still have to live. We still have to survive. So you got people out there doing all kind of weird stuff, right? I would say this to the ladies: don't wait till it's nighttime to get gas. Don't wait till early in the morning to get gas. It's at peak times when you got a lot doing the same thing because you putting yourself as a target. Not waiting till late at night to go to the supermarket and you're the only one walking in that parking lot. You're targets, right? Stop stuffing stuff in your bra and letting people see that. That's a target. Travel light, as light as you possibly can, to make it seem as if you have nothing. Be aware of your surroundings. Stop being so much consumed with these phones and start being consumed with your surroundings. You last longer, right? Make sure your cars are in somewhat tip-top shape, because you never want to break down on the side of the road. You never want to be somewhere where you can be caused to be by yourself and have to be put where somebody has to come and assist you, which could possibly take advantage of you. Right? And just do your due diligence to protect yourself, and you'll make it back to your destination each and every time. Right? When you're going out to parties, nobody's not telling you to stay in the house, but when you're going out, don't be so quick to accept drinks. Don't be so quick to accept. Don't be so quick to let a man buy you a drink because he being nice, or even a female buy you a drink because they got spotters now. I'm serious. Sex trafficking is real everywhere. And sex trafficking ain't just men doing it. It's women doing it too. Don't be so conscious. Don't be so quick to take the medicine somebody else trying to give you because you got a headache or you don't feel well, your period is heavy or whatever the case may be. Use your own medicines. Bring your own food. Eat your own shit. Drink your own juices, whatever the case may be, because the ultimate goal is to get you back home safely. Instill these values in your kids, your grandkids, your neighbors, your kids running up and down the street, and pour these thoughts into everybody that you care about, because it only is going to save lives. Right?
All right, now
Everybody's
let's get
trained this
Wrap us
we
up.
outside shit. Everybody got this is the movement out here that we outside. If y'all really knew what the term outside mean, y'all wouldn't be saying it. Outside don't mean y'all at the freaking Walmart, or y'all went outside to go get something to eat with your girlfriend. Being outside mean you with the shit. Like that's what it means. We educating y'all. Like y'all be using terms because it sound good. When somebody be like, oh yeah, we outside. Being outside mean they active. You know what active mean? Getting active mean you out in the street getting active with it. You down for whatever, robbing, killing, whatever the case may be. That's what being outside mean. You with all the smoke. Being outside don't mean you outside at the little Applebee's. you at the Walmart, at the Target. That don't mean that. Please stop saying that shit. Cause I be like, y'all outside. You where? You at KFC. You not outside. Stop. Because what happens is people be checking y'all. People be looking at to see where y'all at, and they want to catch you lacking. If you always saying you outside, you never home. How you know people don't be spying on your crib? Y'all post everything nowadays, so people know when y'all not home. People putting devices on these cars nowadays and following y'all home because they think y'all got some because y'all so flashy and putting everything on the gram. Please stop. We become a world of showing everything that we get the moment we get it, and showing everybody that we doing something. You never know what the next person that's trying to get you is waiting for you to post. Please, people, let's be a little bit more conscious of the things that we are doing. And we saying this stuff to you because we know what being outside means. We know what getting active look like. We know what the streets is. All we trying to do is get you back home, safe and sound. All right? We love y'all. This was episode 7, where we talked about all kinds of stuff. We talked about news. We talked about Brittney Griner, KD falling in love tonight.
KD professing her love too.
Oh my God. I did not fall in love tonight.
A little humor. No, a little humor. See, always with the shit. You know what I mean? Aisha educating us on the sexual aspects of life. We appreciate y'all. Before we go, I know everybody that sits on this panel shares in my sentiments when we say we love y'all. I don't know if y'all know, but we hit a big milestone here at Uncensored Minds, and we only want to get bigger. Right now, we are trending 86 amongst millions of other podcasts. right? Number 86. That ain't nothing. That's nothing to sneeze at. Just think of all the other podcasts that are out there. We are number 86. We want to get in the top 10. We're competitive. I know you are too. We're asking that you continue to like, share, listen, subscribe, share with your friends, whatever you got to do to help us get there, because we're going to bring the content every week, the energy, and the love. And we asking that you help us get there as well. We thank you for getting us to that point. And we promised y'all that we were only going to get bigger and better. We added a fourth member who just helped to take us out the atmosphere. And we appreciate Aisha, Karen, and T for their hard work. I know I do. And we asking that y'all help us get to the next level, which is real soon. We got a joke over there at Uncensored Minds. We might have to drop them, T. We might have to drop by the end of the week, because people been in the comments saying they don't mind the uncensored. They don't mind the unsolicited. So I might go first.
Listen,
if that's going to get us to number 10, I might go first. I might pull a Safari, a Nelly, or one of them type drinks and drop the news. I might do it. If it's going to get us to number 10, I might do it.
Put my head down. I'm gonna put my head down.
Nah, we love y'all. We're going to get up out of here, though. Check us out Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock, Telemade Kicks. Check Karen D. Nell out when she's on the move. Check Aisha out right here, right? Raw Honey, sexy, sassy, and classy. We got Karen's Korner. We got Telemade Productions, which houses a whole bunch of under that. Check us out. And we got Friday Night Lights. That's me. We all got something going on, and we all love your support. All right. Thank you. What else we got?
Hold on. No, before we exit, I need everybody to go and subscribe to the channel, because I can look and see on every episode how many people is watching and how many people that are still not subscribed to the channel. In fact, so subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the live notifications, and we're gonna keep it moving for y'all.
I promise.
Make sure y'all send us y'all topics and keep posting the comments and likes on each video.
I'm gonna tell them like this, T. If you give me the word of who not subscribed, I'm coming to their house and I'm doing something. I am. And I'm pretty. I'll be done pulled up.
What you say, KD? What you say, KD?
Huh?
I said, what you say?
Nothing.
So, all right, people, we out of here.
Crazy,
No.
All right, guys. Until next week.
Yes. Have a good week, everybody. A good, productive, safe week.
Can we have